Alright everybody, got a little bit of a diag for you. I did actually a video on this before, but I don't think I ever published it. I don't know if it got lost in the mix or something, but this is a family member's car. We're chasing a problem with a dying while driving with no codes. I had figured out that the cam sensor, if you went and unplugged it, the car would still stay running, and then if you plugged it back in, then the car would die, and it would die with no codes. And after you could unplug it and try to start it would take a while, but once you set a camshaft code, then the car would start and run no issues. So a little bit of a super intermittent problem. I test drove it for weeks for my brother-in-law, and it never died on me once. Give it back to him and it dies. So then I replaced the camshaft sensor with this Volkswagen OEM unit, and here it is a couple months later, and it died on him on the side of the road, and there is no signal coming out of this brand new sensor. There's nothing wrong with it visually. It's not like the car did anything to break it, and the sensor that was in there was only intermittent problem. It wasn't straight up dead, broke all the time like this one is. So I even took it out with all my stuff here, past a piece of metal in the front here, and nothing. Wouldn't do a goddamn thing. I even looked in there, made sure that the camshaft pickup tone wheel is fine, and it was. So I kind of went down and got an aftermarket one, which is against what I usually do. This OEM direct from the O'Reilly's, O'Reilly's. There's a part number if you care. Just so you know, the sensor did not fit. The aftermarket one had like a little shelf right here on the sensor that would not allow it to go seated all the way, so I had to sand it down a little bit with emery cloth. If you care, this is what a waveform looks like on a camshaft sensor. I have the green trace is the 5-volt reference coming into the sensor. Red obviously is the signal, that is the square wave. I'll even separate them a little bit, and then blue is the ground. Separate them a little bit so you can see. This is what you'd use to check cam crank correlation and whatnot, but that's not what my issue is, so that's why I've got all 3 wires on here. I'm gonna let this run for a little bit, but obviously my problem was I had absolutely no signal coming out of this, and today is a Saturday, so I wasn't gonna wait all the weekend to get another sensor. I was thinking it was gonna be a wiring issue because it was so intermittent that I just missed it, because I mean I technically just, you know, did the parts cannon on this one, and I was right, I guess. You know, I obviously didn't work. Put a new sensor in it, now it works. I'm just pretty dumbfounded that this OEM sensor was bad, and that this has happened to the same car twice now for bad sensors. I don't know why. I mean, we'll see if this one goes bad. Maybe there's something intermittently surging, causing some, I mean, that's very improbable, because you would assume that it would let the smoke out of the box over there if there was some sort of electrical surge that was causing this sensor to go bad, and the other sensors too, because they all share a ground. So you know, this ground right here, this brown and green wire is shared between these 2 sensors, and there should be other sensors in it too. 26. Oh, I guess it's just the cam and crankshaft, so I don't know. Kind of weird. I don't know why, but it, just so you know, if you have a Volkswagen with a intermittent stall, no codes, the camshaft is a sensor that could make that happen on this 2011 Volkswagen Jetta with a 2.5, and it probably applies to any of the other 2.5 liters of the same year. So like I said, I'm gonna let this run for a bit, make sure that this sensor doesn't go bad within the next 20 minutes. But yeah, this one kind of kicked my ass, and it's not like I was wrong. It's just I don't know. Can't even get good parts from the dealer anymore, I guess. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.